very much for coming today. Lovely to see you. Today's going to be a nice heart opening sequence. So heart opening, heart warming. The reason I did that is because we'll get no sun here and I'm a bit scunnered about that today. So I thought let's do something nice. So even without the sun, it opens us up to a bit of joy in life. So get yourself into a comfortable seated position. So head over heart, heart over pelvis, sitting up nice and straight through the torso. And we'll begin just by slowing down the breath. So breathe in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. In through the nostrils and out. And as you carry on breathing, you can close down the eyes or soften the gaze. And really use the exhale just to surrender. Look for any tension in the body and release that tension. So wherever you feel tension, use the exhale just to relax those muscles, maybe in the forehead, the face, the jaw, particularly the shoulders. Allow them to relax down. Relaxing the thighs and the hips. Making sure you're not gripping with the fingers or the toes. Just allowing the power of the breath, particularly the exhale, to quieten the body and especially the mind. So bring the hands in front of the heart. Gently open up the eyes. Right. So just check your posture again. Check your shoulders are back and down. And we'll begin just by pushing the palms together. So quite a strong movement, and you'll feel that. So it switches on the hands, but also the arms, the biceps, and the chest. So you're going to push in with the hands as you inhale, and as you exhale, just push the elbows together. Inhale, bring the elbows out, pushing the hands together. Exhale, pushing the elbows in. Keeping the elbows nice and raised. Inhale, push the arms together, elbows come out. Exhale, push the elbows in. Inhale, come back to center. And now just drop the head towards the hands, feeling a nice stretch at the back of the neck. Take a moment here just to choose an intention for the class, or perhaps even better, if you pick someone in your life that you want to dedicate the class to, and just kind of basically, so that you're sending them good thoughts. Maybe they need a bit of a pick-me-up at the moment. Just send some good vibes from your heart to theirs. Inhale, bring the head up. Bring the hands to the knees. And on the inhale, I'm going to roll the shoulders back, opening up the heart and looking up. And really feel the intention here that you're really opening the heart, opening the chest, getting a nice stretch through the throat. And then you're going to reverse it. So really pushing the back away. So you're curving the back, tucking the chin to the chest. So like the cat position in cat and cow. So it's like seated cat and cow. And then we'll incorporate it with the breath so that when you inhale, you're opening up the shoulders and the chest, looking up. Exhale, reverse, curving the spine. Really exaggerating the curve, getting a nice stretch in the back. Inhale. You don't need to do it in time to me. Same with cat and cow. You can use your own breath. Nice and slowly. And then come back to neutral. So just release any tension that you have in the neck. Let's do some neck rolls. So begin by dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. And then dropping the chin down to the chest, left ear to left shoulder. Looking up. Nice big circles, feeling out any kinks that you might have. Just one more roll, making sure you're still sitting up nice and tall. So don't start hunching the shoulders. And then reverse nice and gently. And it's quite helpful to imagine you're drawing or painting a great big circle with your nose, which sounds a bit silly, but it helps you to get to the full extent of your motion in a nice smooth way. And then come back to neutral. So let's take both hands, and on the inhale, we're reaching up behind our ears, hands coming all the way up. As we exhale, bring the left hand to the ground, and we're stretching over to the left hand side, opening up all the way down the right hand side of the body. Keeping both sitting bones firmly in contact with the floor. Inhale, bring both arms up, really stretching up. Exhale, bring the right arm down. You might actually find that you're comfortable bringing your elbow down, but just come wherever's comfortable for you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, both arms down. We'll just do some nice big shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, rolling the shoulders back, really exaggerating it so the shoulder blades are pressing together, the heart is opening. And again, as you inhale, rolling the shoulders back, really opening up the chest. And one last time. You can even bring your hands to the floor behind you, lean back slightly, pushing the shoulder blades back together. Come back to seating, and now we're going to flip over onto hands and knees. So knees, shoulder distance apart. From here, you're going to keep your hips raised above the knees and walk the hands forward into puppy pose. So not child's pose because your hips are up. You can bring the forehead to the floor. So opening up in your shoulders. Letting the heart sink down towards the floor. Couple of breaths here. Now we're going to bring the weight forward so that you're on your forearms and drop the hips and the belly to the ground. So we're now in Sphinx. Rolling the shoulders back, lifting up tall, out of the shoulders. You have a nice back bend. And if you feel the sensation as if you're pulling your palms and your elbows, so your whole forearms towards you, you'll just feel the difference and the increase in the stretch. Keeping the face soft. Lower yourself to the ground. Bring the hands beside the chest, elbows tucked in. And we're just going to do 3 baby cobras here. So you're going to lift up using the strength in your back. So your hands are coming off the floor. Exhale, come down. Twice more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. And up one last time. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, down. So place the hands flat on the floor again. And now you're going to push up with your hands. And we're going to push up into downward dog. So you can either come up in one motion by tucking the toes under and pushing your hips up, or you can come onto your knees first. Whatever works for you. But I'll meet you up here in downward dog. And we'll just walk the feet out. So we'll take our time here. So make whichever movement you want. So stretching one heel towards the ground, then the other. Fingers spread. And you're really opening up the heart in this position. You're pushing your chest towards your thighs. And then from here, we're just going to walk slowly, bringing the feet up towards the hands. You can bend your knees if you would like, but we're just going to hang here for a moment, stretching out the back, sway from side to side. Few deep breaths. Bring the hands to the floor, and you can bend your knees even more to come up. Excellent. Slowly, finally, last thing to come up is the head. And we're in mountain pose. So take a moment here, and we're just standing, but we can really change it into an active position. So from the feet, really imagining that you're stabilizing everything. Stabilizing the thighs, tucking the tailbones in, stabilizing the core. And then imagine the heart is lifting. And you'll see that by lifting the heart, it's automatically bringing your shoulders back and just bringing the palms to face the front in a fully engaged position. And from here, we'll do the beginning of the sun salutations. We'll begin by inhaling, reaching the arms up, hips forward, exhale, falling forward. Inhale, come up halfway, nice flat back. Exhale, fall forward. And then from here, we're just going to inhale, reaching up, come back up. And then hands down in prayer. Excellent. So just switch the body on again so that you're in a fully active position, and we'll repeat that with a small variation. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway, and this time bring the arms behind you like an aeroplane, opening up the heart. Exhale, fold forward, and then inhale, reaching the arms up, and then come back into prayer. And we'll do that again, but we'll add in another variation. So check your nice, stable, active stance. Inhale, reaching up, pushing the hips forward. Exhale, falling forward. Inhale, come up halfway, the airplane arms, flat back. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, and this time we're going to kick the feet back. So you know your own body. If you want to, you can bring the knees down. We're going to stay in plank, either with knees up or down, for 3 breaths. So nice for keeping the core engaged so that you don't collapse. And then we're going to lower to the ground, chin and chest to the floor. I'm going to push up into Cobra, not too far, so keeping the elbows in. Then lower down to the ground, and we'll do the 3 baby Cobras. So on the inhale, lifting up with your hands beside the chest off the floor. Exhale, come down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. One last time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Now we're going to push back up into plank. So again, it's up to you whether you keep the knees down or not. Plank's quite strenuous. Do keep the knees down if you feel fit. Pushing up into plank for 3 breaths. 2, 3, and from here we're going to push up and back into downward dog. So just take a moment here, especially if you find plank a little bit strenuous, just to catch the breath. From here we're going to lift up the right leg up towards the ceiling, and you're trying to keep the hips square. So you're not letting the right leg come over yet. We'll do that later, but you're just keeping it square. Then bend the right knee and allow it to come over to the right hand side slightly, so that you can look under your, sorry, the legs go to the left hand side and you're looking under your right armpit. You come back to center, straighten the leg, and then we're going to bring the weight forward, look in front of the hands, bring the foot through and drop the back knee. So we're in a low lunge. So just take a moment here, just catch your balance, and then when you're ready, you're going to slowly come up. You want your knee to be above your ankle. Mine's not, so I'm just going to move my front foot so that my knee is directly above my ankle. And here you have a choice. It helps with your balance if you keep your hands on your hips, or if you would like, you could bring the hands into prayer. Pushing the palms together helps with the balance. And again, you can either stay here Or if you would like, you can open the arms out. In fact, if you can do this, open the arms out, so you're opening up the chest. As you inhale, exhale, bring the elbows together. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, elbows together. Inhale, open the heart. Then we're going to bring the hands to the floor, either side of the feet. Tuck the back toes under, and then push the hips up and back into downward dog. Walking out the feet. Pushing the hips up to the ceiling. Pushing the heart back towards the thumbs. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So you're going to pick up your left leg. First of all, trying to keep your hips in line. Really stretching out through the leg. Then bend the left knee. And allow the weight of that to pull you around slightly so you can look up under your left arm. As if your heart has been pulled to the sides and pointing slightly upwards. Come back, straighten the leg, then look forward in front of the hands. Bring the foot through. You might want to work your foot forward a little bit. Then we're bringing the knee down, untucking the toes. Take a moment to just find your center here, your balance, and come up. Hands on the hips. Stay here if you would like. Bring the hands to prayer. Pushing the hands together just to help with the balance. And if you would like, on a next inhale, open up the arms with bent elbows. You have a slight back bend. Exhale, bring the elbows together, drop the head. Inhale. Whoops, I'm a bit wobbly, I don't know about you. Exhale. Forward one last time. Inhale, opening up the arms. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, tuck to under, push up and back into downward dog. Pushing the hips up to the ceiling. Now we're going to pick up the right leg again. Three-legged dog. Then look between the hands. Bring the weight forward. This time, we're going to bend the right knee and bring the right knee behind the right wrist. So your foot is going to be sort of behind your left wrist, but further back. You might want to push your left leg further back so that you're opening up the hip. So to begin with, keep the torso up, the heart open, roll the shoulders back. Deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you can come down onto your forearms. You can either stay here, or if it's open to you, you can walk your hands forward, bring the forehead to the floor, into pigeon pose. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. So try and soften the face, maybe close down the eyes. So on the next inhale, walk your hands into your chest. So you're pushing the torso up, tuck the back toes under, then you're going to push the hips back and up into downward dog. So depending on how you feel, you can either stay in downward dog or go down into child's pose. I'm going to do a vinyasa, so just a little flow that will bring us back into this position. So I'm going to come forward into plank. You can bring the knees down if you would like. Bring the chin and chest to the floor. Push up into cobra, keeping the elbows in. Tuck toes under. Push the hips up and back. And we're back in downward dog. And now we'll repeat pigeon on the other side. So pick up the left leg, keeping the hips square. And then look forward between the hands, bend the left knee, and you'll bring the left knee behind the left wrist. Your left ankle will be behind the right wrist, but further back. You might want to move your right leg back so that you've got more room. I'm just walking it back with my foot. Deep breath in, up in your fingertips, so opening up the chest. Exhale, and come down on your forearms. Take another deep breath in here. And if you would like, and it's comfortable for you, walk your hands forward and bring the forehead to the floor. Really relaxing into this posture. Seeing if you can release any tension as you let the heart sink down towards your mat. So to come up, look forward, walk your hands in. And we're going to come into seated position. So an easy way of doing, in fact, let's go into child's pose from here, and we'll change the call. So take the weight on your hands, tuck your right toes under, release your left leg, just come up into downward dog because it's nice to give yourself a bit of a stretch after pigeon pose, and then drop the knees to the mat. And you can either have your knees together for traditional child's pose. I kind of prefer to open my knees, bringing my big toes together. Walk your hands forward. Let the heart sink to the ground in child's pose. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Feeling the energy in the body. And allowing your hips to sink closer towards your heels. So if you take your right leg, make sure it's crossed, and your left leg is extended. Pick up your hips so that you're facing the extended front leg. And we're going to inhale, opening up the arms, opening up the heart, and then as we exhale, fall forward. Keep the foot flexed. Inhale, feel as if the heart is pulling towards the foot. Exhale, falling forward. Using the breath, inhale, draw the heart towards the foot. Exhale, fall forward. So you could be holding onto the shins or the foot. If you are holding onto the foot, it's quite nice actually to swap the hands over so that the right hand is around the left side, left hand around the right side of the foot. Just increases the stretch on the back. But if you're holding on around shins or the thighs, that's perfectly okay. So slowly come out of the forward fold by walking your hands up. Bring your right hand behind you. And then we're going to put the weight more on our right leg. Sweep the left arm up, opening up the heart, pushing the hips forward. You can let the head fall back. Hopefully feeling a bit of joy in this posture. Exhale, come back down. So you'll have your right leg, right knee bent. So unbend it a little bit. You kind of want your knee to be bent at 90 degrees. And then bring the left leg so it's also bent at 90 degrees. Then bring the hands behind you. And you actually get a better stretch if you keep the buttocks on the floor. Drop the head back. So getting a nice stretch on the hips. And it's not a normal way for you to move the hips like this to bend them. So that's a nice stretch. And come back to sitting. And this time you're going to bend the left knee in and extend the right leg. So pick up the hips and turn so the heart is facing towards the extended leg. Inhale, open up the arms nice and wide, reaching up. Exhale, fall forward. Make sure the right foot is flexed. Inhale, again, feel the heart drawing towards the toes. And exhale, fall forward. And you might find that one side feels very different to the other. That's always very normal in asymmetrical poses. Just notice the difference. So as you inhale, gently help yourself up. And now we're going to do the counter pose. So bring the left arm behind you, pushing the hips up and back. Bringing your arm back, pushing your hips up and forward. Heart opening, joyful posture. And I'm going to just leave you there for a wee minute because it's such a nice one, because I can't see my computer screen. There we go. And then to come out, just bring the hips back to the ground. What one were we doing? We were doing that one. Okay, we're coming back to the ground. So your left knee will be bent. So just make sure it's bent at about 90 degrees. And we're going to bend the right one at 90 degrees. So they're both bending in the same direction, if that makes sense. So kind of like the Isle of Man flag. Bring your arms behind you. And you can take the weight on your arms, pushing your knees towards the floor. So come back, sitting on the ground. And now we're in, it's called staff pose. So all you're doing is sitting with the feet extended in front of you, toes flexed, ankles flexed, back straight, hands beside you. And you want to engage everything. You would think this is very easy, but it's actually, when I find it, one of the hardest poses to do. So you're pushing your heels away from you and your toes back towards you, so you're stretching out the back of the legs. And if they reach, you want to have your palms on the ground. I'm actually just hovering slightly off because my arms are short. But roll the shoulders back and down. And then from here, we're just going to roll down into a reclined position. We're going to come down slowly, slowly, one vertebra at a time, slowly, slowly, until you're lying fully extended on the ground. We're going to do bridge pose, so bend the knees, feet flat on the floor, hands, palms down, and as you inhale, you're going to lift up your hips, really pushing them up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your knees together and you'll see how the muscles switch on there. And you'll feel as if the chest is moving up towards the chin. And then lower and come down. And we're going to try, you can either do that again, or we're going to try the one-legged bridge. So extend one leg up to the ceiling. And now as you inhale, pushing up the hips. Just a couple of breaths here. Exhale, lower the hips to the ground. Bring sole of the left foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, so pointing the foot up to the ceiling. Inhale, pushing up the hips. Engaging the thighs. Exhale, lower the hips to the floor. So bring the right sole of the foot to the floor, extend the left leg. Inhale, hug the right knee into the chest. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Extend the right arm. Take another deep breath in, and as you exhale, guide the knee over to the left-hand side. And if you would like, you can turn gaze over towards the right. Close down the eyes here. Take a deep breath in, roll onto the back. Swap the legs, so extend the right leg. Hug the left knee into the chest. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Extend the left arm. Inhale. Squeeze the knee towards you and exhale. Guide the knee over to the right hand side. There's a really nice twist that stretches all down the one side of the body. As you inhale, roll onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet together. So the knees are open. Reclined butterfly. And just bring the hands to the belly. Close down the eyes. Don't need to force the knees towards the ground. Just let gravity do its work. With your hands on your belly, feel the gentle rise and fall as you breathe. And we're going to stay here for a while just before Shavasana. So just take a moment to relax and enjoy this final posture before our final relaxation. Bring the hands to the outside of the thighs. Guide them closed. Extend the legs. Feet to the edges, outer edges of your mat. Palms spread, well, arms spread wide from the body. Probably with the palms faced upwards, fingers gently curved. Just take any final adjustments to get comfortable. Make sure you're warm. Close the eyes. Bring the attention to the breath. Allow the body to relax and feel the sensation of heaviness throughout the body as you surrender to gravity and feel the body pressing onto the floor. And as you feel the heaviness in your body, imagine the sensation of a warm, golden light above the body, sending its gentle rays down onto your face. And feel the gentle heat coming from the sun as it warms and comforts you. And feel that warmth moving down from the face, across the neck, gently heating the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the palms and the fingers. Feel its comforting warmth extending through the chest, torso, and feel the sensation as it seeps to the back and the hips. Notice the comforting feeling of relaxation moving from the hips, down the thighs, warming the knees, the calves, the ankles, feet, and the toes. Feel your whole body embraced in this warm, comforting, loving light. And for the next few moments, make no effort, nothing to do other than lie here, enjoying the warmth and the relaxation. On the next inhale, allow some movements in your body and feel those sensations as you gently move your fingers and toes. You can bend your knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Rock the knees from side to side. And then very gently roll onto one side, but just stay here. Just stay curled up for a few moments. And then when you're ready, gently help yourself to come up into a seated position. Just stretch the arms out to either side, palms forward. Just finally, one last time, opening up the chest. Bring the palms together above the head. Trace them down in front of the face, front of the heart. Bow the head down. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope maybe it did bring some sunshine to your life today.